Hey everyone, Isabel here, and right now I'm working on preparing the quarterly sales tax filing and payment for some of my clients. And I wanted to share some helpful tips with you, whether this applies to your business or if you're thinking of getting into the industry where sales tax might be involved, or even if you want to just share it with someone you know who has a business and it has to do with sales tax. So, as you know, my background is in bookkeeping and fractional accounting services for small businesses. Working with these businesses that are in different industries and in different states has actually been really interesting and important to learn about the sales tax part of it. So, my first recommendation is do your research, get educated, learn about sales tax. Actually, learn about any tax, but for this particular video, we're referring to sales tax. So, if you are starting a business, or if you are thinking of starting a business, or if you have already a business and it's fairly new and you are unsure about this part of the business, do some research. There's a lot of free information on the web. And also, you can visit your local tax agency office and they can give you more guidance. And I'm going to give you two particular examples on why my first recommendation is to do some research. This happened a couple of years ago when I didn't know much about sales tax. Yeah, but I do remember it was a friend who was an electrician and was starting his company providing this service. Somebody recommended him to get his reseller certificate so that he didn't have to pay sales tax when he purchased the material. Then he had to calculate how much sales tax he had to charge the customer for whatever material he used when provided the service, the repair, whatever it was that the customer needed. And then he had to file it and pay it to the sales tax agency. You see now how there's an extra step? Okay, so again, this really applies to different states because I do know some states where they are supposed to charge sales tax on certain things. In this one, this particular state, he didn't have to, he wasn't required to. And you see how now there's extra steps that he didn't really need to do, but he got recommended that and he didn't do some research. We didn't do some research. So it ended up being just an extra step and ended up just closing the account with the sales tax agency because he really didn't need it. My second recommendation, if you are starting a business or thinking of starting a business, or even if you have a business and there are any sales tax involved, consider having a separate checking or savings account where any sales tax that you collect is going to go into, whether automatically every time you make a sale or on a weekly or monthly basis or whenever you do your bookkeeping. But make sure that that money is not involved or is not mixed with the revenue, because what I've seen more than once, unfortunately, is that the business owner tends to forget that that money does not belong to the business or tends to need it. Possibly they don't forget, but they need it at the moment. So it's really easy to use that money, right? And what happens is that when they're supposed to pay that money, they don't have it and they end up paying penalties and interest on that money when they could have avoided it. My third recommendation for this video is make sure you are reading any notifications, any letters that you get from your tax agency, because they tend, or at least in certain states that I've seen, they tend to change specifically the schedule of payments. Some businesses can start with paying once a year, and then they turn into quarterly, and then they turn into monthly prepayments. Not necessarily filing, but monthly prepayments. And sometimes the business owner just ignores these notices, and then now they have to pay penalties because they failed to make the payment on the schedule that the sales tax agency had put them already and they didn't know. So yeah, my recommendation is make sure that you are on top of any notices. You are reading the notices that they're sending you and that you are following whatever it is that they are asking you to change. when it comes to the sales tax payments, schedules, filing, anything. And of course, my last recommendation for this particular video is to make sure you have a bookkeeping system in place. If you're a small business owner who's just starting, or even if you have had your business for a while and you constantly feel stressed and worried and overwhelmed with all the expenses and not knowing how much revenue your business is bringing, visit our website, precisefinances.online, learn more about our services, and schedule a discovery call to see how we can help you be in control of your finances. And if you don't have a business, but you still need some help knowing what's going on with your money, knowing where your money is going, and learning how to be more in control of your money, visit our website, becomingcashmaster.com, and schedule a discovery call. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.